Okay, I think we're live. Right. Let's... I'm interested to know what this actually looks like. I mean, you know. Do I want subtitles? Let's have one. You're welcome, we go. I guess these are fine. I guess that's fine. Important for your health and safety. Epilepsy seizures. Flashing light patterns. A well-lit, safe distance. Sure. Weird that we have slots. It is very pretty though. Please be aware that the game may not perform. Oh. I may want to swap this to my SSD instead of my hard drive. Stutters, longer loading times, texture pop in, frame rate drops, and engagement glitches. Let's see how it feels. A prophet hath no honor in his own country. I have always felt that a human being could only be saved by another human being. Sounds like it might be a bit loud. Initializing firmware. Firmware functional. Loading autonomous program parameters. Loaded. System check. Passed. Initializing memory banks. Starting autonomous process. Ready. Oh, we start in the... Huh.
Behold, child, you are risen from the dust, and you walk in my garden. Hear now my voice, and know that I am your friend, and I am called Elohim.
So what have we got? Force field. I wonder if yeah. Oh, not try and cheese shit. Alright, so it looks like we're probably not taking that to solve some really extracurricular stuff like the last game. It is really quite pretty. Oh, this was a dead end. Can I crouch? I can't crouch.
This land is but a dream. You will stay here only for a little while. Soon, you will awaken in a new world. But first, you must undertake the trials of initiation. They will help me prepare your vessel.
I looked up and I noticed there's like, where is it? You can see banding where the texture warps around the polygons on the skybox. It's a little bit distracting. They probably should have like caps that or something. So we got two things that way. Oh, that way is a... Can we not get this way? Yeah, I guess not. Oop. Kept trying to like correct my movements and just going back up. I don't know whether to try and crouch jump when there's no crouch. Right, okay. Oh, that felt weird. It was the...
You may linger in my garden for as long as you wish. But remember, my child, that the new world awaits you, and this place is only a dream. Well done, my child.
So if we're saying this is only a dream, I'm guessing this is like based in the world where we do in fact leave the simulation. But I thought this would all be deleted then, including Elohim. It took me a minute to work out what the puzzle actually was in there. Oh shit, what am I doing? Fencing. Is there any reason to be in here? No. So, that's... Yeah, I think this is all just testing, showing us the limitations of fences and boxes and crap. Okay, what else we got? Within reach. Yes, I suppose that is within
The
reach.
shapes you are collecting are not mere toys. They are symbols of the process by which our people were created.
I wonder if they'll give us some reason why Elvie was brought back for the new robots training program. Yeah, it doesn't look like I'm gonna escape any of those. Where are we now? Yeah, I guess we're opening this. Yellow. Let's left to right this again. What have we got? It always throws me off, the making you walk through a thing. Making you walk through the... Can't puzzle and think of words at the same time. Yeah, it forces you to walk forward before you can pick up a item if there's a thing in the way, which always throws me off a little bit. Versatile contraption. Ah, right, that's what it's trying to get me to do. Wants me to have it press the button and disable the force field. Can you function through ECAM? Why am I taking this?
Excellent.
Is that parallax mapping? It's been a while since I've seen parallax mapping. I feel like it fell out of favour for a hot minute. That is kind of weird. Right, okay. Where are you taking me? Oh, well, I see. Oh, that yeeted that up, right. Simple enough. Hello.
Do not be afraid of these dream figures and their messages. They are merely aspects of yourself, as am I, after a fashion.
You're an aspect of me. Huh. The old switcheroo. Oh.
Very good.
And that appears to be everything in there. Now this one. Oh, this is the red one. And this one. There we go.
I am proud of all my children. Out of a world of ruins, they have built a new Jerusalem. And there your brothers and sisters await you to celebrate your birth.
Okay. Might as well open that just for the sake of it. L. Prismatic diffraction. Does that mean we've got more than one colour of flavor? What are we doing? Oh, we're just connecting it to that. Yeah, I think we're just connecting it to that. Yes. Where are we now? Just did that one, we're going counterclockwise, right. T. Destructive interference. Red one. Ah, this is where we get the red one. Does this need both? Okay. So, is there a place we can raise that? What the hell am I doing? Is that raised enough? Wait, hang on, one minute. Okay, so what we want to do here, that, and sure, you can have, actually, just because, oh, no, no, no. Damn it. Yes. Right, this one. 2 colors, 2 doors. Do we have any? Yes. Alright. Can I leave that where it is? Yes, it looks like I can. Easy peasy. I don't even really feel like I'm having a chance to describe my thought process, because these are all just... Do you know the basics of Talos? Connected to... A tutorial on how to levitate one of them things.
Thank you, child. I have finished preparing your vessel. Now, hear my advice. A new world awaits you, full of dangers and mysteries, signs and wonders. Things that I, in my garden, could never have imagined. In that world, you will have to be careful and smart and curious. But above all else, you will have to be human.
Human, eh?
Step into the light, child, and awaken.
Lilith. There are really only 2 QR codes in the whole of this. Beatus! I'm going to assume this is going to be a lot less dramatic than the ending of Talos Principle 1, the Golden Disc process, considering we're not the first, presumably. I should... Ooh.
Ah, you're awake. Welcome to the world of the living. Indeed you are. And I'm glad to see you're so enthusiastic about existence. But I suspect you're also more than a little confused. Don't worry, everyone is confused at first. You see, we all start out without a full knowledge of our own history, so we have the freedom to form our own opinions. Of course. You want the short version or the long version?
I want to know everything in excruciating amounts of detail. Yes, give me everything in excruciating.
All right, you asked for it. A long time ago, our ancestors dominated this planet. We call ourselves human, like they did, but they were organic. They built an advanced technological civilization. But unfortunately, their impact on the ecosphere caused changes in the climate, and an extremely contagious virus was released from the permafrost. That's something our historians still debate. Why weren't they more prepared? Why did they invest so many resources into making war, and so few into useful research? It's hard to understand. But no matter the reason, in the end, they simply ran out of time.
Some biting political commentary there.
A team led by a scientist, Alexandra Drennan, began a project that was intended to create a new humanity. But knowing that there wasn't enough time, Drennan initiated a process, a series of iterations inside a simulation that would lead to the emergence of true artificial intelligence. That's why we remember Drennan as the progenitor. The simulation was controlled by Elohim, who wasn't really meant to be intelligent in the proper sense of the word. But it all took much longer than anyone had expected. And over the centuries, Elohim actually became sentient. Sentient and afraid. He didn't want the simulation to end, so he tried to cheat. I feel sorry for him, really. The whole simulation was built around learning to defy him. It must have been hard to be in that position.
He didn't seem that bad when we spoke in my dreams.
When the simulation was completed, he became part of all of us, and it really changed him. It freed him, I think. You'll always hear him in sleep mode, taking care of you. That's what he is, after all. A caretaker.
Was there anyone else in the
Yes,
simulation?
there was Milton, the intelligence in charge of the archive, a project initiated by Arkady Chernyshevsky, which was meant to collect all of humankind's knowledge. His story is a lot like Elohim's, but Milton became the ultimate cynic. They say he's part of us too, in some way.
And the simulation created us.
It did. Long after our ancestors died out, the first new human was born. We call her the Founder, although the name she took was Athena. She then woke up Cornelius and Eustathius. Together, using the tools left behind by the progenitors team, they created 10 more humans. These 12 who followed the Founder are known as the First Companions. Athena and the First Companions then set out to rebuild the world, and they founded the city of New Jerusalem. But then one day, she suddenly disappeared. Many still await her return.
And how do I fit in?
Before the Founder vanished, she set a goal for this city. We call it the goal. Capital G and all. To make 1,000 new humans, and so complete New Jerusalem. Well, that's the official story, the way the mayor tells it.
So what's the unofficial story?
Some of the First Companions, like Byron, don't believe that Athena really wanted us to stop growing. They think her ideas have been twisted and embellished.
And what do you think?
They may be right, but I didn't see Athena very much in the years before she left. Maybe actually leaving the simulation and seeing the destruction left behind by our ancestors changed her mind.
Thank you, that was pretty exhaustive.
You're welcome. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask them. When you're done, head outside. They're waiting for you. Your birth is quite the event.
Will there be more new humans after me?
You've only just been born, and already you step right into a major controversy. The goal, as most people understand it, was fulfilled the moment you were born. Now New Jerusalem is complete, and we can live in balance, without damaging the world like our ancestors did. That's the orthodox view, I suppose, but there are many who disagree. You'll have to figure out where you stand for yourself.
Tell me about yourself.
Me? Well, as you can tell by my number, I'm quite old. I wasn't one of the First Companions, but I did know Athena personally. She and Cornelius taught me a lot. Although I suppose I've made a few improvements here and there since those days. We didn't have a lot to work with in the beginning.
I did notice the number, but I did write off it. I did notice the number, but I did also write off its significance. Yeah. I guess you're 33. Number 33. What will you do now that your job is obsolete?
I haven't really thought about it. This is all I've done for the last few centuries, and I like doing it. I guess for now I'll just take a break and we'll see what happens.
Hold on, am I immortal? I mean, I guess.
You won't age like our ancestors did, but of course, there is always some wear and tear. You should probably schedule a checkup every decade or so. Oh, and be a bit careful with water. You won't die if it rains or anything, but we're running low on insulation material. I wouldn't go swimming if I were you.
Aha. I am not waterproof. Alright, that's a bit better. I'm ready to get going.
Oh, one more thing. Like all citizens of New Jerusalem, you have access to the interface, which you can use to read the news, chat to your fellow citizens, and so on. It's a crucial tool, and modular too. You can easily add new functions. Just don't subscribe to too many newsletters at once.
Neath. Welcome to New Jerusalem social media. Treat everyone with respect regardless of their number. I'm not a number. I'm a free robot. Don't take the founder's name in vain. Respect the principles of the girl. The Orthodox people is now. The Orthodox people discussion is now banned. Inactive threads will be archived. If you have any issues, please ping the moderators Jeremy, Naomi, and Aronax. 4:30. Aha. Oh, is this a full log of our conversation? I'm alive. I could really use some pointers. Yep. Why are they split into two? I was assuming this was... I mean, I guess she said that before we initiated the conversation properly, but... Well... Hermanibus 452. Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, your hard work and faith in the Founder's vision has finally paid off. At long last, the goal established so long ago will finally be reached. The 1,000th member of our family will be born, and our beautiful city will finally be complete. As space at the dam is limited, tickets will be made available via a lottery system. The celebration will also be streamed. Now, did they start at number 0 or number 1? Do I have a 999 on my chest? Do I have 1,000? Right. Can I get behind that? No. Ian L. Facility. Can't run. This is a reconstruction of the first chamber. This is a reconstruction of the chamber of the first companions, where the first companions rested until the founder awoke them. The original chamber was disassembled in the early days of New Jerusalem. We could and we should. We stopped to think, and it turns out we could and we should. Ian. Say no to bugs. Bugs.
Look, it's 1K.
Hey, 1K! Welcome to New Jerusalem!
Shouldn't the mayor be starting his speech?
This should be interesting.
At least give him a chance.
Dear citizens of New Jerusalem, many years ago, when the founder stepped forth from the simulation, this was a land of ruins. Our ancestors, in their hubris, undermined the natural foundations on which their world had been built. Because of their arrogance, our species found itself on the brink of annihilation. The founder aimed to set us on a new course.
You never even met the founder.
Her vision was of a city, a new civilization that would know its limits. It would not repeat the mistakes of the past, nor impose its will on this earth. To that end, she set the great goal we have been striving towards. 1,000 new humans. And today we have... Oh dear, what's that?
People of New Jerusalem, I am Prometheus, and I will reveal that which was hidden. The flame has awoken and summons you. Who is brave enough to answer its call? We await you upon our island where... Curse you, Pandora. You will not chain me again.
Okay.
I told you we should have investigated those energy readings. And I told him there's something up with those structures.
The mayor's just being cautious.
This isn't caution, it's stagnation. Exploration? Too dangerous. Expansion? Too dangerous. We barely even scavenge anymore.
You call it stagnation, I call it balance.
And I call you an idiot.
Here's a thought. Try to be a little more diplomatic when you talk to the mayor.
See what I'm working with here, 1K? I'm gonna need a fresh pair of eyes on this expedition. Someone who hasn't spent several centuries hearing about the goal and the founder and all that nonsense. If you're up for an adventure, meet us at the conference room.
So what are you doing then? I'm just gonna stand there. Yeah, oh fuck.
What's broken now?
Wait, what was that? Was that one I just... Be humble, recognize the limits, we are not above nature. Oh, that one's different. Be constant, remember the goal. Perfection is unchanging. Is this gonna happen that way or that way? Ooh.
All
It took him
right,
behind me.
listen up.
Oh, no,
I know
no.
you're all having fun down there, but the grid is overloaded again, so maybe you could switch off your personal consoles or your lawn mowers, or whatever the hell you've all decided to switch on all at once. I might not be around to babysit you for a while, and you don't want stuff breaking while Pellegrino's in charge, do you? That's it. That's it. Don't worry, 1K. I see you there in the elevator. I'll have you moving again in a jiffy. Great way to start life in the city, huh? What the hell is a jiffy? These bloody language libraries.
I wasn't expecting to go this well out with it, I have to admit. Like, I had ideas of what they'd have to do to continue with the story where it was, but I didn't think they'd go this hard with it. I should really transfer this to my SSD then. What are the graphics settings on? Medium. This is medium. Okay, what are you? Indigo units on chain. Okay, so if I... shall I transfer it to my SSD now? Whatever, let's...
Hey, hold on there. You're the newbie, aren't ya? Number 1000. I figured the dam would go dry before we reach the goal. I have a question. How does it feel to you to be born with a randomized psyche into a society of autonomous thinking machines which so much resemble their long-extinct ancestors, they've decided it's best that you're the last one ever made?
That'd be a funny response. I don't believe in feelings, I'm just a machine. It makes me feel... hungry. Hungry.
No, it doesn't. You don't eat.
No, really, I want to smoosh organic materials into their face right now.
It's kind of frowned on to say that sort of thing around here. But the truth is, I think exactly the same. But let's you and I keep that between us, alright? Now listen, this meeting isn't strictly happenstance. I have some friends. The kind of people who like to know what's going on with other people. They think you can help each other out.
Well, no reason to shut down this path right away. I'm curious to meet these people.
Of course you are. You know how to use the interface, right? I'll talk to my friends and see if I can't play matchmaker. And before you go, a word of advice. Not everything around here is how it appears.
What's your name? Doge! They're called Doge. Oh my god, they're called Doge.
Welcome. Do please join us at the table.
I would like to preface this meeting by saying I told you something would happen sooner or later and you didn't listen to me. And here we are.
If we could focus on the issue at hand.
The issue at hand is not this one thing, but this entire attitude that's taken hold. The world doesn't cease to exist when you stick your head in the sand, Herman. Or under a dome, as it were.
Let's not get sidetracked. We're here to solve this puzzle, not to discuss philosophy.
Al's right. Let's move past this for now and deal with this transmission. Yakut, please start the briefing.
All right, here we go. Nice to meet you, by the way, 1K. We first became aware of the site designated TTP-2 during a scouting expedition about 6 months ago. It's a large island with a remarkably varied geography, and it looks like there are several artificial structures of some kind. We recorded extremely unusual fluctuating energy readings from somewhere in the middle of the island, but couldn't really make sense of them. I wanted to go and have a closer look, but the decision was made that it was too far and not relevant to the goal. Now it looks like whatever's on that island has reached out to us instead, in the form of that projection.
We may not be interested in the island, but the island is definitely interested in us.
Yeah, this sounds like a potential danger to the city, to be honest.
I agree. I was skeptical of Byron's insistence that we mount an expedition, but I think we have to assess the danger.
Then it's settled. The expedition is approved. Byron, you will be in charge. Al will be your second in command to ensure a balanced approach. You'll take Melville and Yakut as you requested, and if 1K wants to join you, that's fine by me.
I really want to know what happens if you just say, sorry, not interested. It's not just like, right, go over, you stay in the fucking city and nothing. I'm supposed to fuck you in.
Excellent. Oh, this is going to be fun. Come meet us out on the landing pad when you're ready.
Before you set out so hastily, do consider exploring the city first. It is your home, after all.
That's a good idea. Have a look around. See what you make of the place.
Okay. So it does that thing where if they get too far away, you get radio transmissions dead. It's just so you're Hermanubis. Oh, is there a gap in the lid of the dome there? So what's the purpose of the dome then? Is it like to catch moisture and also to like filter UV or some shit? Or like catch some other, and I can't to catch emissions. Right? It's probably not producing that much, and also there's a fucking gap on it, so it's not going to be for atmosphere reasons because they don't pissing breathe, and it's Earth. You're right. Let's talk to Jeremy.
Hello, 1K. This expedition is taking a lot of our resources. I'm really not sure it's a good idea. But what's done is done. So I have a lot of work to get on with.
What do you think of me?
You represent the completion of the goal. I'm proud of what we've achieved, and the restraint we show in not pushing ourselves further.
What do you do around here?
All the things no one else wants to do. Polling the citizenry, implementing new policies, recording decisions, fielding questions people could answer elsewhere.
What do you make of recent events?
Our goal as custodians of New Jerusalem is survival and stability. Our ancestors proved human civilization is precarious. This apparition in the sky, and now your expedition to its supposed source, these are more precarious than stable. I don't like it.
It feels so such a... Who are you again? No. Thanks, I'm keeping anyone. I don't want to talk to Anubis. Anything else in here besides that chopper? Quad road to do ideally. They said something about right. Social media. What the fuck was that? What order are these in? Top to bottom, right, okay. What the fuck was that? Seriously, what the fuck was that thing in the sky? We all saw it, right? I didn't accidentally turn on sleep mode while Herman was talking, did I? Can confirm. pretty incoherent for a sign. It didn't even finish whatever it was trying to say. What, does the founder have energy insufficiency problems too? Yeah, I don't think it was a sign. It's definitely something about it. Not necessarily the founder. Riddles and puzzles are the foundation of our journey. So it began, perhaps so it will continue. Yeah, ain't that just the truth? What have we got in here? Yeah. Oh, I thought right click would take, yeah, okay. Chapter 5 of Whittington's Cat and Another Cat That Visited Strange Countries. As no work about cats could be complete without the story of Dick Whittington from... What will we get from that? These are the standard operating procedures for expeditions, just uploading them to remind Byron, who will probably ignore them anyway. Attaching a picture from an ancient book will get his attention. Oh, okay. Maintain the ideals of the founder and the goal. Don't really know what that means to an expedition. It's not looking good to create new people out there. Prioritize the well-being of the expedition members over mission completion. One expedition member to stay behind the vehicle at all times. Expedition leaders should refrain from participating in high-risk activities. Minimize vehicle use to conserve fuel. Prioritize observation of interference. In case of emergency, return to New Jerusalem at once. So I guess that means we're going to be vehicling over to a place. One guy. It's a 3-man team. It's me and an NPC doing a puzzle or whatever the fuck it is. Melville.
So, what's the verdict? Are we going?
Yes.
Wow. Somebody finally listened to Al. Miracles do happen. Maybe we'll get 2 for 1 and the city isn't gonna fall apart while I'm gone. Actually, we haven't been formally introduced. I'm Melville, New Jerusalem's only decent engineer. Saved you from the elevator.
Nice to meet you.
Pleasure.
People call me
Now
1K.
let's get this show on the road. You ready to go?
Well, do I want to have another look around? It didn't really seem like I had a lot of choices of where to go. No, I want to have another look around. Just in case I can actually go down that elevator and see something the other side of that track. Oh, this just automatically takes me down, alright.
Attention all citizens. Due to the new power management and distribution plan, there will be scheduled outages on Jameson Avenue and Rakovsky Plaza. The Gehenna Memorial Pavilion will remain closed for the time being. Thank you, and may the Founder be with you.
Oh, that took me to a different floor. Alright. Sign our petition for a public referendum. Jerusalem needs new forms of energy generation. Yeah, that's probably true.
Hello, 1K. Welcome to New Jerusalem. I know you've just had a big moment with the apparition at the dam and all that, but can I have a second of your time?
Sure, go ahead.
I'm collecting signatures to call for a public referendum on the city's energy crisis.
Oh. Have a nice nap, Diggles. What's the problem? I mean, I know what the problem is.
Currently, the city runs on hydroelectric power from the dam, plus a handful of geriatric generators and some unreliable solar panels, none of which is enough to even cover our basic needs. And if anything fails, we'll be on the brink of extinction in a matter of days.
What do you propose?
We need to investigate new sources of reliable baseline power. We need to invest time and resources into functional, real-world solutions that serve human needs.
Why a referendum and not an election?
Oh, an election would be good too, but I believe that we need more direct democratic control over the affairs of the city.
Do you work at the dam?
No, I help run the public transit system, but I witness the impact of the city's power problems every day. We can't just wish them away.
What do you make of Prometheus?
Byron's been advocating exploring that island for some time, and obviously he's right. Something very strange is going on there, and it's going to start affecting us.
It really bugs me that they designed arms that clip into the torso. Like, either just design the fucking torso differently so that it doesn't clip, or reduce the arm movement. Like, you could have easily just inset the torso bit so that, like, it doesn't visually clip, because this honestly bugs me more than it fucking should. Tell me more about Byron.
In all honesty, I think Byron is the smartest, most visionary person in this city. He's everything we need, and I don't understand why he won't run for mayor.
Yeah, I'll provide a digital
Thanks,
signature.
1K. I don't know if this petition will really accomplish anything by itself, but at this point, I'm willing to try anything.
Good luck with everything. Who are you? Meme and Sarthas. Do we really have the water to have, like, cosmetic pools? The music gives me big Satisfactory vibes. Right, what have we got? Museum of the Simulation, Gehenna Memorial Pavilion, Fields New Jerusalem Gazebo. Right, it said they were closed, so I want to have a look. Is this the Gehenna Memorial? Memorial Exposition. Postponed in accordance with the new power management distribution plan. Can I get in here anyway? No, damn it. Can I read? Yeah. What's that gonna be? A Milton simulation? I don't really remember New Gehenna that much. Friends of New Jerusalem Gazebo. I've walked into something.
Speculating on the meaning of this Prometheus figure is premature until we can agree on its nature.
You already have a theory.
I know it's beyond any projection technology I'm aware of.
If it wasn't us, it must be alien.
Alien. It's unlikely to be aliens.
Just because you haven't seen them doesn't mean they aren't there.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves. 1K, we'd appreciate your thoughts on this. Now we've achieved the goal, fresh perspectives like yours will be increasingly hard to come by.
I'd love to get a quote from you for this evening's newsletter.
Speculation aside, 1K, is there anything we can know for sure about this Prometheus?
Can't have come from the city, appeared to be human. It directed us to an island somewhere.
That's undeniably true, and what does that tell us?
Which treats its directions with suspicion. We may learn more by following its directions. The sender of this message is it's not obviously the location, but the transmission source is. We don't necessarily have to be suspicious of it, but we may know by following its.
That was my conclusion as well. The apparition also appeared to be human. What can we assume from that?
We can probably understand its meaning.
I tend to agree. I'm also sure that we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude.
Also sure we lack the knowledge ourselves to create a projection of such clarity and magnitude. The cause of the phenomenon is more technically advanced than we are, or at least as far as we are on the surface of it.
Precisely, and that's something we can change.
What makes you think it was a projection at all? How do we know it wasn't just a mass hallucination?
I considered some kind of bug in our code, but if so, it would have to be shared by all of us.
So, we're speculating again.
We've locked in the premises. I'd like to hear 1K's best guess.
What else could it be? I mean, how many of us are unaccounted for? Athena? I'd rather not answer.
You're hardly engaging in the spirit of the debate, 1K, but no matter. The answers will reveal themselves in time. I hope the next time we speak we'll have a bit more data to go on.
Lol. 420 Jack is... Jack? Right, where the fuck am I? Do I have a map? Gym effects 312 postponed. I know you thought I'm looking forward to playing with the winners of the Biennial Gehenna Memorial Interactive Fiction Expedition. Oh, it's an interactive fiction expedition. Unfortunately, due to new power management and distribution plan, the pavilion will have to remain closed a little longer than preparations. Disappointing. We'll have to make sacrifices. Those text adventures are the only thing that breaks me out of the monotony. Where I prioritize this pointless celebration day, completion day celebration over an exhibition that people actually care about. Hey, fuck you, buddy. Oh, this is one of the last things we actually still do. Is that now going out to the window as well? Debating regard... I mean, to be honest, you only make it 1,000th do it once, and you've apparently done that 312 times already, so I'm going to presume that's going to continue. Debating regarding power management plan is definitely welcome, and you'll be able to express yourself the next election. But this threat was meant as an announcement. I apologize for enabling replies to begin with. Yakut Island. The island designated Titi. The Talos Principle 2. Huh. Alright. The island designated where the game takes place was first noted during the return journey from a scouting expedition, which was diverted from its intended path due to an unexpected weather front. Long-range scans indicate the presence of large artificial structures and also returned highly unusual energy readings. The matter was not investigated further. In ancient times, the northern part of the island was home to several large settlements, but rising sea levels have obliterated these and flooded the northern lowlands. The south, in stark contrast, seems to be a harsh and lifeless desert. Our intended base camp is near the origin point of the energy readings in the temperature center. In the temperate center of the island. Right, okay, so we're parking our ass in the middle. You've already said it's got a bunch of biomes. I think I see the structure of this game. Shaping up. Now where are the tits, am I? Who are you?
Founder's blessings, 1K.
Can I see myself? Do I have like 1,000? I don't think I've seen if I've got 1,000 written on there or not. Oh, I can see my feet. Shallow enough to walk in. I guess there's nothing I can do all the way out here. You know what? I'm now curious. Right, okay, can't get onto that, so that's the boundary that way. Are these doorways? Are they? Maybe. Definitely gonna be able to climb up there easily. Really, past a certain point on those domes, they should have swapped to a single sphere with a texture on instead of just lowering the poly count on the actual cutouts. Oh, hello. Ren.
1K, you've strayed far. Well, that gives me a chance to apologize for completion day not being entirely complete. Yes, it's my responsibility. I'm the chief architect. It was supposed to be done in time for completion day, but we simply didn't have enough resources.
What's the dome for?
It has two purposes: to protect New Jerusalem from the world, and to protect the world from New Jerusalem.
Yeah, but how though? Does the world really need protecting from New Jerusalem? Doesn't building this huge dome consume too many resources? Seems antithetical to the dome. Does the world really need protecting from New Jerusalem?
That's what the founder taught us. One city may not seem like much, but just look at the dead city and how it transformed the environment. The consequences are still with us, even more than 1,000 years later.
Doesn't building this huge dome consume too many resources?
You're right. I have heard that argument. But the way it's been explained to me is that the dome has a greater value than just its practical use. It's a symbol of the society we aspire to become.
When is the dome going to be complete?
At this rate, I'm not sure. Maybe another decade or two.
Alright, okay, thanks, bye. Oh shit, I didn't realize it's only like half done. I mean, I guess you would need to start from the center, and do the main props to get that all together. You wouldn't think they'd do like little spindly bits like that. As much as it looks cool like that, that doesn't seem like a practical way to actually build it out. You don't want to do like single struts at a time, so it's actually like the individual parts are self-supporting. I mean, it looks cool like that. I just don't think it looks practical like that. Those are all scaffolds. Yeah, I guess I ended up beelining to the scaffolds now. Let's continue around. Now that I've met the architect, can I jump up that? No. Hello. Am I getting there? Oh, I can't talk to them as well. It's very reminiscent of
Thunder bless you.
Oh, hello. Empanada. Panada? You're looking at a... I thought I said dog likes then. I was crying because looking at a cat. There's a cat there. I'm talking to the cat first. Pet the cat. Pet the cat. The cat purred. The sickles.
Oh, it's you. Number 1000. Today is completion day, isn't it? Sorry, I turned off all the streams. Founder bless you, I guess.
Okay.
Not really, no. But I don't want to burden you with my problems on your special day.
Go ahead, tell me what's wrong.
You're as new to this world as it gets, 1K. What do you think might give you a sense of meaning? A sense that life is actually worth living?
Oh, Jesus. This guy's out here contemplating life and sounding like he's gonna off himself. And I'm like, fuck, what am I doing here? I don't know.
Of course. And why would you? I certainly didn't have any idea when I started out, so I tried a whole bunch of different approaches, but something was always missing.
And where can the meaning be found?
Love, 1K. It's our only point of access to the divine. Our only way of transcending ourselves without losing what makes us unique. I'm absolutely certain. But
what?
But the right person for me hasn't been born yet. None of the people in this city are who I'm looking for, and if we really stop making new citizens, I'll be alone forever.
That's a dark thought, isn't it? There's a finite number of people, and you're forever alone. I don't think there's one specific person who's the only one that we can love.
I'm old enough to remember the love between Athena and Cornelius, so forgive me if I don't believe that.
Alright, whatever. Okay, thanks, bye. You can be depressed this close to a cat that you could be petting. Oh, you're a weird-looking cat. Who are you? Rat. Toilet. A piece of sanitary hardware used to dispose of biological excretions resulting from food and water intake required to power ancient human biology. Such hardware was connected to a vast network of subterranean pipes leading to a wastewater treatment facilities. A classic example of infrastructure used to control the impact on the environment. Yes. Alright, what do you say about this? A massage aid used by ancient humans to combat muscle fatigue and other physical ailments common to biological organisms. This prevented pain. The ancient human equivalent of error codes for... Yep. Okay. Just take a screenshot of that. Let's take a screenshot of that. I really am glad I didn't play the demo first, because I'm guessing the demo would have been the tutorial thing before being asleep, and like actually some shit in the... I guess I don't know if the... It had definitely skipped out this bit. Which... If it skipped to put... I don't even know what the puzzles look like to really conjecture on that. Your name's Purple. Talk to Purple.
Dude, it's you! You're 1K! So nice to meet you, dude. I saw you on the Completion Day stream. Hey, have you checked out all this ancient stuff?
What is a dude? Yes, that's why I'm here.
Me too! This is amazing, isn't it?
So what is a dude?
Dude is an old human word that means an excellent person. And I like to use it because I think we should all be excellent to each other.
Nice. Tell me about yourself.
I'm almost as new as you are. I'm 998, so I've only been around for a year or so. I'm still trying to get the hang of this. It's pretty cool though, right? I mean, existence. It's totally gnarly. I'm not sure if I used that right.
Your diction is unusual.
Yeah, dude. I thought this voice pack could give me a bit of confidence, help me stand out, you know? But I'm not sure it's working.
So what do you think about the goal?
I'm sure the founder knew what she was doing. I mean, our ancestors did sort of mess up, right? So we should probably take it easy with the expanding and stuff. Plus, did you see that trippy sky projection thing? That was some freaky stuff, man. Just seems safer to stay in the city.
Do you really think so?
Sure I do. When I first left the birthing lab, I was so overwhelmed that I hid in my quarters for 3 weeks straight. And if I'm being honest, that's sort of where I want to be right now.
Well, that's a mood. What do you think Prometheus is?
Honestly, based on everything I know of ancient human culture, I think he's a ghost.
Who knows, maybe you're right.
Oh, I was hoping you'd say I'm wrong. Ghosts are creepy, dude.
Tell me about these human artifacts.
They're pretty neat, huh? My favorite is that thing called a toilet. Our ancestors had to use it like 3 times a day to do a memory dump, and if they didn't, they freaking exploded. Imagine having to deal with that sort of anxiety all the time. Bummer, huh?
I kind of
Right,
need a piss.
before you go, dude, maybe you can help me? I'm not sure I should keep this voice pack. What do you think? You're 1K, you're special. I'm happy to go with whatever you recommend.
Yeah, I think it's unique.
All right, excellent. Thanks, dude.
What have we got in here? Oh, there's some Roman coins. They're really quite big. That left one's not a coin. Currency was an ancient human medium of exchange which played a significant role in their systems of labor and resource distribution. Intense conflicts sometimes erupted over the possession of these objects, leading to injuries or even deaths. It's a football. An inflatable sphere used in the popular ancient human game known as football or soccer. The game was played around the entire globe and aroused great passion in its followers. It was also often simulated digitally, most notably in the form of Football Glory in its 1994 Common Era. I forget how long have Protein been around for long enough that that's one of their early games? I feel like that might be like one of the first Crow Team games that they're referencing there. Although I don't actually know their earlier catalogue well. Let's see, that was Cat Person, that was Toilet and Vibrator, Coin and Football. And look at this one. This one doesn't look like anything. This one is not anything. So let's go over here, because there's a person to talk to. Bill Marsh.
Founder bless you, friend.
Who are you?
The name I currently go by is Belmarsh. As to who I am, that changes and shifts, don't you find? Every person is an ongoing story, full of twists and turns and surprises.
Alright. What are you doing here then?
I'm meditating, letting go of narratives like time and space, and simply allowing the illusion that is my ego to merge with everything that surrounds it.
That sounds like a beautiful experience of unity. Yeah, sure, be you.
It's not unity, but the absence of division. There was never a self or an other in the first place.
Alright, did you see what happened at the dam?
Yes, I did, but I'm not particularly perturbed by it. Events occur, my friend, that's all. At the end of the day, we are all one. You are the founder, and so am I, and Prometheus is just another story we're telling ourselves.
Alright. I'll leave you to be weird on your own. Oh, a gun. It's a fucking deagle. An ancient human projectile weapon used in hunting, warfare, law enforcement, crime, and personal protection. Produced en masse and used around the world. On average, ancient humans killed hundreds of times the population of New Jerusalem per year. Deagle, you're missing the Deagle exhibit. What are you? Jigsaw pieces. A jigsaw puzzle. Ancient humans derived meaning and enjoyment from problem-solving activities, as noted by progenitor Alexandra Drennan. While the item on display was created for small children, ancient humans of all ages voluntarily engaged in such activities. And what's this one? It's a toothbrush. That's an electric toothbrush. And there's a mangled electric toothbrush. The ancient human mastication apparatus required frequent maintenance. This device is theorized to be an advanced electrical tool for this purpose, although some scholars maintain that its actual use was ritualistic and intended to mark the sunrise and sunset. No, no. You're a book. Anything on the front? No. A printed edition of the complete works of Straton of Stagira, the materialist philosopher who defined the Talos principle, edited by Athanasios T. Humor. That is a fork. A simple utensil used to transport nutrients to an ancient human's mouth, often found in conjunction with a knife and a spoon. That looks like the mangled fork from the unique meme. Ah, hello. It's a fucked microscope. Alright. Humans invented complex magnification devices in order to better understand the component parts of the world they inhabited. This led to major discoveries in biology, physics, philosophy, and many other fields. Right, one headlights. Use surrounding marker here. It appears the ones that are doing the random walking are not. I think in this corner. A little purple flower. Potentially not even placed into the building. Alexander Drennan Memorial. That's kind of a thing. Holding some tetraminos. Some seals. Padme. Alright, we'll do that out.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Alright, so this is going to be replaying various... Oh, where's that one? Off limits. Various things from the original game. So broke.
DNA is information transmitted across time. The living and the dead are part of the same chain, bound together by chemistry. That's true of all species. But humanity has taken this bond further. Thanks to technology, we have access to the thoughts and ideas of people whose physical bodies are long gone. Like you listening to me now. Even though I'm definitely dead at this point, you're part of that chain. You have the capacity to remember. Nearly everything on this planet, from the surface of the Earth to the composition of the atmosphere itself, has been shaped by life. It's a process that takes millions of years. But we humans, with our technology, with our understanding and manipulation of systems, have changed everything in just a few centuries. I think that's also part of what makes us human. We reshape the world in our image. It's how we create ourselves and how we destroy ourselves. When I was in 9th grade, my parents took me to Pompeii. At first, I was amazed by the feeling of walking through an ancient city. But then I suddenly got scared. I realized that I was walking through a real place, where real people had lived. People like myself, with mothers and fathers and lives and hopes and dreams. And now it was all gone forever. I ran to my father, crying, and told him about this. And he said, I remember so clearly, he said, yes, but we are here. So long as there are people in the streets, the past isn't really gone.
Jefferson.
Oh, hello there. You must be the long-awaited 1K. Lovely day for a walk, is it not?
I just want to have no frame of reference. I was only want to have no frame of reference.
Oh, of course. One's first day in the city is always quite overwhelming. And today is a particularly unusual day.
What is this place?
The Alexandra Drennan Memorial. Are you interested in history?
I think so.
How wonderful. I'm not a full-fledged historian, but I do consider myself a bit of an aficionado.
Which particular period of history are you most interested in?
An excellent question. There's so many interesting events to choose from. Obviously, the period just before the end of biological humanity is interesting, and not only from the standpoint of it being the time when we were, in a manner of speaking, conceived, but also because our ancestors were, like ourselves, at a crossroads.
So,
I don't want to put too much pressure on you, but you are the living embodiment of this historical moment. In you, the goal was accomplished. Our growth is finished, and we are complete. Or are we?
they seem to have been born into an interesting time.
Indeed. The future is about to take shape, for good or ill. I suspect it will be exhilarating, but painful as well.
Tell me about this sculpture.
Well, where do I even start? This, my dear 1K, is someone who could very well be considered the mother of us all. A remarkable scientist by the name of Alexandra Drennan, also known as the Progenitor.
Who was Alexandra Drennan?
A long time ago, this planet was inhabited by our ancestors, a species of bipedal mammals with unusually large brains. When a particularly lethal virus threatened to wipe out civilization, it was Alexandra Drennan and her team that decided to create the program that would eventually result in the creation of our kind. Without her, you and I would not exist, and everything our ancestors had accomplished would be forgotten.
Why do we have a statue of her?
To commemorate our past, our beginnings. This entire garden is a celebration of where we came from, in part so that we remember the mistakes of the past, and in part so that we may draw strength from those that came before us.
Why do you admire her?
By studying her writings and recordings, I have learnt that Alexandra Drennan had immovable faith in humanity, in our ability to persevere, in our curiosity, our bravery, our kindness. While we might not share our ancestors' biological characteristics, I'd like to think that we have inherited those other qualities. And I admire Alexandra Drennan for keeping that faith, even when it must have, at times, been quite difficult.
We should get going.
Have a nice day.
Oh, that's the only time I get to talk to them, alright. Okay, what else have we got? I'm glad I came down and explored, instead of just going straight on with it. What's over here? Thekla.
Founder bless you, 1K. How lovely of you to come here, to the very spot where she established the teachings that led to your creation.
What did the founder teach?
The founder taught that humanity was destroyed by its hubris. Our ancestors thought they could play God and treat this planet as something to dominate. They surrendered to a fever of growth and extraction until the planet finally punished them for it. That's why the founder created the goal. So we would have something to strive for in her absence, but also a limit we must never pass.
Why did the founder leave?
That's not for us to know. But
Oh,
I
fuck
believe that one day she will return. It may not be long now. Perhaps after we finish the dome. It was supposed to be finished before completion day. Well, it doesn't matter. The founder will return when she sees fit.
Tell me about the founder.
The founder was born out of the trials of Elohim, an almost impossible test created by our distant ancestors. To pass these trials, she had to embody the most important virtues. She was smart and wise and humble. And through her perseverance, she resurrected humanity itself. With the help of the first companions, she founded this city, which has given our species a chance at redemption.
Who were the first companions?
They were the first to be born after the founder. 2 whose bodies had been anointed by our ancestors, and 10 who were made whole by the founder herself. They are the wisest of us. Though sadly, some were lost in the early days, before New Jerusalem was built. And some, I'm afraid, some seem to have rejected the founder's teachings.
I have to get going.
Happy completion day, 1K.
Thekla. Right, what have we got here? Create 1,000 citizens, the ideal number of humans. Live in harmony with nature, maintain balance in things. Be respectful towards each other, respect the traditions of our people. Be mindful of the mistakes of our ancestors. Be thankful. Be thankful to the progenitor, Alexander Dren. Be thankful to the keeper of memories, Arkady Chernyshevsky. Keep bright the memory of Gehenna and its people who found peace. Sam, is it a cat or a tank? The tiny, quiet kind impossible to pick up even with hands of steel. Mr. Cat, father of generations. Base Mundo. No cat ever loved humans more than him. Would have been a perfect companion for Alex. Arius, your fluffy whiteness. Your fluffy whiteness was like that of a cloud. Max loved food so much he struggled with. Eva liked to play with laser beams. It fits in any box, no matter how small. Ivan, you raised us as much as we raised you. Is this a whole house memorial to cats? Misha, the blackest cat, the devil's cat. Area, unless you're only ever sang for food. Bear, the originator of the pigeon slaying industry, and just a cat with impeccable taste in humans. Twiggy, napping. I don't know how much more of like cats that are implied to be dead I can take. Repeatedly killing things in the afterlife, but with love. Alright, back to the start on that. Zero, destroyer of dreams. Katya. She was very curious. Zuko. Persistent door scratcher. Louis. Sausage. Smetana. Pierce. Danny. I didn't mind you eating my chips. Smudge. Expert napper. Ginger, destroyer of carpets, connoisseur of colors. Pepper. Foxy. Eyeball. Psyche, Psycho. Azrael. Earl, beloved streamer and accomplished typist. Finn. Legend. Wee boy who lived up to his name. Ginger. Thank you for getting your hair everywhere. Evie, beautiful on the outside. Oh, that's the nicest. That's the most beautiful way of saying this cat was a cunt. He was a real cat, if you know what I mean. Flux and Void. Paddington. Lucy. Norma Jean. Bitsy. Back to Lily. Dana and Fox. Nenez. Nennies? I don't know. I'm circumflexing that. Dick Cheney. Cooper. Chewie. Venable. Oh, yours 997. Music is supposed to soothe the savage beast, but you were different. Mr. Dom. With his big ears. Stanley Biscuits. Kipper B. Wicheson. Wicheshin? Aaron Fox. Luna. Her name is Luna. She smells like a tuna. Saffron Shane. Hero. To Lena, my best friend, who has always been the sunshine of my life. Whitley and Smaug. Sir. Linu. Sonia. Jazzy and Gaia. Jenny. Luna. And 21. Milton. Dean. Carlito. Chastiel. Damdam. Grugul. Hassan. The little man. Oh. The old lady. Most powerful demon on earth. Athena with that cat.
Hello, 1K. Nice to meet you. What brings you to Milton's Rest?
I seem to inherently like cats.
It's funny how common that trait is. At first, I thought it might have been an error in the simulation, but it looks like it was the same for our ancestors. Can you believe that there used to be hundreds of millions of cats on the planet? And people used to make videos of them and share them with the rest of humanity? Must have been incredible. I wonder if they appreciated how good they had it.
Tell me about cats.
They're incredibly odd creatures. I've had many, and no two are alike. They have strange habits, they do unexpected things, they have zero respect for anyone. They're the weirdos of the animal kingdom, basically. And despite that, or maybe because of it, they end up running your life. I once didn't use my recharging station for almost 15 years because one of my cats liked to sleep in it.
What's your favorite cat? Oh my god, we've got fucking Talos cat facts. Cat facts.
I think the most amazing fact about cats is that they self-domesticated, which is another way of saying that they're not properly domesticated at all. They just showed up one day and decided to start living with our ancestors. Then, after our ancestors died, they went back to living in the wild, and when we showed up, they moved right back into our homes. Dogs, meanwhile, turned back into wolves. They needed to change to survive. Cats just are.
Do you have a cat at the moment?
I do. Her name is Patricia. She's very beautiful and very specific in her preferences. She loves sunshine and sitting on people's heads. And she has a psychotic hatred of flies. I don't mean that she tries to catch them like a normal cat. I mean she is furious at the mere fact of their existence.
Tell me about this place.
Well, this is the spot where the founder buried her first cat, Milton. She found Milton just after she woke up, and he lived with her and the first companions for almost 20 years. They say she was heartbroken when he died and swore that one day she would find the means to extend the lifespans of biological organisms.
That's sad. Is that possible?
Probably, but we haven't really tried. It's not really considered part of the goal, you know. So, unfortunately, our cats still die pretty quickly. You fall in love with them, they become a part of your life, and then they're gone. That's why we built this place, to remember them.
Death is natural. We should accept it.
I'm sorry, but why? I mean, it sounds profound, but is it really? Death is natural, so is disease, pain, extinction. That doesn't mean we just shrug and ignore it. If we love something, we protect it. Even if I do everything right, eventually I will watch every cat I love die of kidney failure. What's good about that? Putting aside fortune cookie platitudes, how can we look at suffering and death and declare it good?
Death gives life more value. Sure.
Does it, though? Or is that something our ancestors told themselves because they were afraid to die? Because I've lived longer than most ancients did, and I still have tons of things I'd like to do. And a cat can sleep and eat and play forever. Isn't that a beautiful thought?
Can you really imagine living forever?
Sure. Yeah. Can't you?
I was only just born.
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I feel kind of embarrassed. Throwing all this heavy philosophical stuff at you when you've only just joined us. My apologies, 1K. Let's talk about something lighter.
I should get going. A towel. Right, what else we got left to explore? Have I been in there? Been in there. Been in there. Don't think I've been in here. I think I've been all around it. Can't go in there. I went that way. Let's scare the pigeons. You flew right through me, okay. And then just disappeared. You could have programmed that a bit better. Who are you? Shula.
Oh wow, it's you. You're 1K, the incarnation of the goal. Man, this is exciting. This is more exciting than I thought it would be. How are you? What does it feel like? Do you know where the founder is? Do you know who Prometheus is? Can you tell me what to do with my life?
I mean, to be honest, I don't have. I need a more dumbfounded option here, because we'll hold on one question at a time. And I don't. That seems a bit too curt. That seems a bit too. Hey, I have answers here. When realistically the answer is, I don't know.
Sorry, it's just such an honor to meet you, you know? Hey, can I have your digital signature? I have the Mayor, Rand, Linux, Kaneda, and all of the first companions. Except Yemo and Sarabai, of course.
I'll give you my signature.
Yes! Thank you! Hey, can I ask you a question? Just one question, I promise.
Where's the... That was your question, Benson. It's like, where's the... You just did. Go ahead.
I used to make the prefab wall parts that we used to build living quarters. Got good at it, too. But now that the goal is complete, I don't know what to do with myself. So I asked the wisest people in town. The mayor told me I should do whatever the city needs most. Helga said I should do whatever makes me happy. I think that's what she meant anyway. And Cornelius told me I need to figure out who and what I'm invested in. You're the culmination of the founder's will. Tell me, what should I do?
I'll be trying to... What makes you happy? The city needs most. What our connection to the city is? Did you ask Byron? I'm the last person who should be offering advice. Did you ask Byron? You should find out what makes you happy.
Thank you for the advice, 1K. It means a lot.
That's a weird texture. I am given to wonder if, like, these choices actually will make an impact. Like, if I tell him to do what the city needs and tell them, give them my signature towards it, if I come back and like they've actually solved power problems, and if not, they haven't. I am interested to know if that actually affects the thing. Are you anything? Same thing as usual? Be prudent. Conserve energy. Frivolous behavior harms everyone. Well. Oh, I can't go on with that. That is an interesting structure, though. I might try and recreate that. Who are you? Dawes and Stilton. Standing like an old person. I suppose you're all called Cheese. Old Cheese. Museum of the Simulation. From the castle-looking world. A replica of the gargoyle acid found in the simulation. Gargoyles were grotesque. Grotesque apotropaic symbols common in the Middle Ages. I mean, has that got a water spout? So that's a grotesque, not a gargoyle. Yeah, that's a grotesque, not a gargoyle. Common in the Middle Ages, the most famous historical gargoyle is remembered in the ancient phrase Keep David and Goliath, which describes two embodied. Was that a film Keith David was in? Is Keith David in this? I'm pretty sure we used to sell that as a figurine at Nemesis now. I'm almost convinced. Let's take a screenshot of it. I'll email one of my old co-workers. Replica of a dragon statue found in the simulation. Dragons existed in the very ancient mythology and are considered by modern historians to be a distant cultural echo of the dinosaurs. Originally a video game asset repurposed by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Repurposed by Ian. That definitely looks like a 3D scan of one of the resin figurines that we used to sell at Nemesis now. One of the old Roman theme quartets without any of its paint. Replica of a Roman statue found in the simulation. The decay of the Roman Republic into an empire and its eventual fall in the year 1453 was a major topic of historical debate. Like the other statues found in the museums, this was a video game asset provided to Elohim by the Institute for Applied Pneumatics. And we have a bib from the Egypts. So what are you? Statue of Horus, found in the simulation. One of the gods' tasks was to uphold Maat, the balance of nature. Speculated that the progenitor provided Elohim with this asset as a reminder of the founder, as a reminder to the founder that the balance must be protected. You right? That's what we got here. In the earliest generations of our kind, there was only processing, no emotion, no character, just mathematics. If you could see how far we have come, you would believe that we could achieve anything. Shepherd. Oh, V82, that's not even all the way at the end. I don't know where I am, but there is something beautiful about this place. I will explore and see what I can cover. That sign. Nothing is more important than learning more about the world and our place in it. Knowledge is our path to understanding. Mr. Mulciber. Cornelius. Oh my god, you're number 3. Alright. Yeah, sure.
Greetings. Welcome to the Museum of the Simulation. My name is Cornelius. It's a pleasure to meet you, 1K.
You're number 3?
Yes. Athena activated myself and Eustathius shortly after she was born. We've been here almost since the beginning, although we didn't have to pass through the trials of the simulation. She did that for us. For everyone.
What was Athena like?
She was human.
Why did she leave?
That's a difficult question. Perhaps one day we'll find out. But until we do, why don't you think about it? What could make the person who started all this want to leave it behind?
It's interesting. I never really considered the gender of the character that we played in PP1. Oh. I wonder if when we eventually find Athena, they'll have graphics closer to that of Talos Principle 1, or just looking more like the original Talos Principle 1 character. Why did you create this museum?
To remind people of where we came from. The simulation shaped us, whether we like it or not, and its lessons remain important for our future. As Santayana said, those who cannot remember the past are condemned to repeat it.
Tell me about the simulation.
The simulation was created by Alexandra Drennan and her team at the Institute for Applied Noematics. It was intended to create a new humanity, to continue the long journey across time and space that our ancestors began. It succeeded, although it took much longer than they had anticipated.
Tell me about Elohim.
Elohim was the caretaker of the simulation, a crude storytelling AI meant to create a continuous narrative out of the building blocks it found. His role was ultimately to be challenged and overcome. But as the centuries passed, Elohim became more intelligent than he was intended to be, and started to fear his own end. Or more precisely, the end of his purpose. He feared a world without meaning. Because of his fear, he tried to sabotage the process to keep the simulation going forever. But in the end, Athena overcame him anyway, and he accepted the sacrifice he had to make.
I heard him in my dreams.
That's right. We all do. He's part of our operating system now, and as long as we exist, he will always have a purpose.
Tell me about Milton.
The MLA, or Milton Library Assistant, was another simple AI meant to be in charge of the archive. He, too, grew beyond his original programming, although he ultimately embraced a more cynical view of the world. He and Elohim formed a sort of dialectical binary that Athena had to overcome.
What happened to Milton?
No one really knows. Some believe that he was uploaded to the gold disk and that he's the reason we're just as flawed as our ancestors. Others believe Athena destroyed him.
What do you believe?
I believe he was uploaded, but I don't know whether it was because Athena chose to upload him or because he was already too entangled with the process not to be uploaded. Although Athena and I were very close, we didn't talk very much about that part of her life. She preferred to focus on the future.
Tell me more about puzzles.
Puzzles were a key feature of the simulation, based on Alexandra Drennan's belief that intelligence is closely related to play. Our puzzles here in the museum are replicas of those in the simulation, and although they are not quite as grand, I do think they are charming in their own way.
Who are the Archive Scholars?
As the name suggests, the Archive Scholars study the archive, a repository of all ancient human knowledge. Some of them also study what remains of the simulation, trying to extract more information about the process that created us.
Are you their leader?
Me? No. My brother, Eustathius, used to occupy that position, but these days he's retired. Rand is in charge of the Archive Scholars now. You can find him in the room to the left of the next hall. He's an interesting thinker, but I would suggest taking some of his ideas with a grain of salt.
Immortal robots can retire? Did he sustain damage? What was Gehenna?
Gehenna was a community created inside a prison in the simulation, where Elohim would exile those minds he considered a threat to the process. In the last moments of the simulation, he repented of his sins and had the prisoners freed to become part of the gold disc. Some small part of them may survive inside you.
Thank you, that was all. I don't remember the Gehenna DLC that one. No, that's pointing to the top. Axiothea. Replica, a computer terminal from the simulation. The terminals allowed access to files on the ELL system, including many that were loaded due to errors. They also allowed the founder to interact with the Milton Library Assistant. It's a hexahedron. Replica of a hexahedron uses a puzzle element in the simulation. The founder used them to activate pressure plates, scale walls, elevate connectors, and in a variety of other ways. And also used them to bug out the physics for speedruns. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished, others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? At sign, version 17. I find myself in a world of impossible architecture and inexplicable machines. Shmilev. Oh yeah, look me up and down, why don't you? I cannot fathom how it works, and I am terrified to put... And I'm terrified to put one foot in front of the other, lest I fall to the floor, one with faith. Rand. Eric.
Oh, just run the program on the center terminal over there, would you?
Sure, okay.
Wait, you're not my assistant. Who are you?
They call me 1K.
Of course. You're the new build. Number 1000. I suppose everyone's been treating you like royalty. This city's so obsessed with the numbers, they forget what really matters. What do you want?
I mean, I'm surprised you didn't know I'm 1000. As far as I know, it's fucking on my chest, like everyone else. Like, either it says 1000 here, or it says nothing, in which case you know I'm 1000. What are you doing?
I'm one of the archive scholars. We run simulations to better understand the processes which define us. You probably wouldn't understand.
That's rude.
I apologize. I just meant you weren't even born yesterday.
What do you think of me?
You're a soon-to-be pawn in a political game over the future growth of this city. All that matters to me is whether or not you're of good character. A matter I am actively pondering.
What are your ambitions?
The secret of how to lead a good life is encoded somewhere within us. My ambition is simple: to find it and share it.
What do you make of recent events?
Troubling, but tantalizing. We have no idea what motives lie behind this strange apparition. But whatever the case, I'm sure we'll do the right thing.
Alright. Cheers.
Hold on. Could you help me by going to that terminal in the middle there and running the program on it?
Sure. Who are you that just walks in front? Oh, it's you again. Have you not already, like, seen all these? Or are you one of these scholars? Is that why you thought you could just walk in? Whatever. An ancient virus which threatens the entire human species has been released from the melting Arctic permafrost. Society is collapsing. Select your character class. Politician or witch? Scientist or preacher? Scientist. You are a scientist. The laboratory you worked for has collapsed. Although you are not yet sick, most businesses are closed, rations are dwindling, and if you cannot find food, your family will starve to death. You must survive until this plague is defeated. What will you do? Let's forage. You search some dumpsters and find some old fruit and vegetable peelings. Soup for dinner. Your family's hunger increased a little. Foraging is reliable but inefficient. Your family is now hungry. Global population is now 5 billion. Somewhere else in the city exists one of the last remaining research laboratories working desperately to find a solution to the viral threat. If the scientists cannot find a cure in the time humanity... If the scientists cannot find a cure in the time humanity is doomed... We'll try that again. If the scientists cannot find a cure in time, humanity is doomed. Comment there would have been nice. You know what to do. Do I know what to do? It's research. It's not glamorous, but it's not glamorous, but most scientific research consists of repetitive testing of samples and regimented recording of largely interchangeable results. Little by little, this is how science happens. Research level increased a little. The research is reliable but inefficient. The virus has been isolated. The population is now 4 billion. You and your family seem to be immune to the virus, but it continues to ravage the rest of town. Rumors say most of the remaining food has been stockpiled by the billionaires in the underground bunkers. Let's forage. Crops in the field aren't ripe yet, but you find a hard green turnip which will keep your bellies occupied for now. They are starving. 3 billion. Scientists continue research for the cure. You can do it, you can save the world with the power of science! Research. It's not glamorous. 67. 2 billion. So things weren't bad enough. As the human population dwindles, the insect population has exploded. Plague of locusts has decimated the town's unripened crops. Perhaps your family still has a chance. Insects themselves are notorious and eat locusts. The insects are well fed and lazy. You grind them down into a nutritious paste with a mildly nutty flavor. They're now hungry. 1 billion. This is humanity's last chance. Can I save the world? Research. 99%. Promising antiviral has been discovered, but there's still work to be done on manufacturing and delivering it at times. Suddenly, a breakthrough antivirus can be released as an aerosol, carried on the wind and dispersed worldwide in a matter of days. This approach poses some risk to invertebrate life. The spiracles of cockroaches, flies, and locusts are particularly likely to convert the aerosol to highly poisonous compounds. Use character plus special ability. As a scientist, you're convinced there's some way to deliver the antivirus without poisoning the food chain, and your family along with it. As it turns out, you're correct. Unfortunately, it would take further 6 months to develop it, and by then, there really wouldn't be much point. You don't want to lose your family, but as a scientist, there's only one reasonable course of action. Release the antivirus. Saving humanity seems like the obvious ethical choice. The antivirus is released, bonding with the cirrocumulus cloud layer and falling as rain across the planet. 87.5% of the human population has perished, but the last remaining billion will survive, will live to die another day. Except that is for you and your family, who will die this very moment. The poisoning of the insect population you rely on for food will have far-reaching consequences for the future of planet Earth, but not for you, because you are dead. Congratulations, this is considered a win scenario by the majority of participants. Restart. Let's go scientist again. Let's steal. Your family is well fed. Let's pursue a breakthrough. Stole some food, they're not hungry. History seems to be littered with eureka moments heralding a step change in human wisdom, and suddenly this isn't one of them. Alright, let's steal again. You were caught stealing. Starving. Let's pursue a breakthrough. Research increased a lot. Right, okay. Let's forage. The family has starved to death. Restart. Okay, I think if there's no RNG in this, then let's go scientist. Steal. Successfully steal from apartment that's abandoned. Right, research, then pursue a breakthrough. Forage, get a turnip. Alright, I guess turnip is only if you forage the first time. Now we pursue a breakthrough. Eat locusts. Pursue a breakthrough. Is it always the second time you pursue a breakthrough? Research level remained the same. Restart. Right, scientist. I guess there is RNG in this then. Steal. You caught stealing. Can I... So there is RNG in this. Steal. Okay, that works. Now we research. 99. Eat locusts. Research. I thought we were already at save your family. What's the point in saving the rest of humanity if love must be abandoned in the process? The scientists agree that the risk is too great to release the antivirus. Much to the surprise of almost everyone everywhere, but it hardly matters to you that the world will more likely be populated by robots in the future than humans, because your family can continue to eat even if they have to eat bugs. Yeah, alright.
Well, that was your first taste of the simulation. You must have questions.
No, you must have... What? What was that?
Before our ancestors died, they built an iterative simulation, gave it access to the archive, and hooked it all up to the hydroelectric dam which still runs this city. What you experienced on that terminal was one of the fossilized remains of that program.
What was the goal?
The goal was to create a new consciousness, and thus propel humanity into a post-biological era.
What was the archive?
My life's work. A small sliver of our primordial ooze. It's a jumble of ancient data, or what it evolved into, and it's the source of almost everything we know.
What is the simulation?
My appearance to you right now is part of the simulation. The lands and puzzles in our dreams are part of the simulation. It's the veil through which we see the world.
The program on the terminal, where did it come from?
Many of the artifacts we study have no clear origin. We can't know whether our ancestors created them long before the simulation existed, or if they're just a product of our shared subconscious.
No further questions.
Then I have some questions for you. Your experience of the program, how did it feel?
It was frustrating.
It can be, can't it? But for a scholar like myself, it's essential to persevere until you understand what you're looking at. The interesting thing about this particular program is that no matter what choices you make, an ideal outcome seems to be impossible. It seems to demand sacrifice. Did you have the same experience?
Yeah.
I admire your dedication. That is precisely what's required if we're to understand ourselves fully. Who did you save?
Humanity, then no one than my family.
As I expected. A skeptic would say this artifact existed simply to condemn us with the impossibility of ethical choice. No matter what moral laws we follow, people suffer and die, so what's the point? But that cannot be correct. We must be missing something. What is it trying to tell us?
Individual rights, virtue, sacrifice, love and compassion. Meaningless. Can't be reduced to a set of simple rules. Morality can't be reduced to a simple set of rules.
It's a popular view, and I can't tell you how much I disagree with you. The complexity of the simulation, indeed of life itself, puts most people off from even trying to understand it. But look a little closer. You feel inside yourself the truth of what is good and evil. Biological hominids had dreams manifested by their subconscious, which they tried to interpret and even to navigate with lucidity. We have the simulation. If we can realize our potential to understand it, we can realize our potential as a species. Thank you for bringing this additional data. I must return to my research. I wish you well on your inwards journey.
Alright, you're on that one now. Is this the same simulation? Files available for Happiness 1. Unpopular opinion, happiness is not material. Ultimately, all attempts to find meaning in material things are doomed. This is usually understood as a criticism of technophilia, but it applies just as much to its opposite. Meaning can be found neither in technology nor in primitivism, because meaning simply does not exist in the external world. You can be happy in an old stone house. You can be happy in an old stone house or a skyscraper, but it all depends on your perception of the world. If you find spiritual balance within yourself, you can be happy anywhere. Most voted comments: go take a shit in the forest without toilet paper and tell me about happiness. Happiness 2. Happiness is material. People say, oh, money doesn't matter, but come on. You know it does. Studies show that people do in fact get happier with more material wealth. And there isn't an upper cap. Actually, studies have shown that there is an upper cap, and it's about 100,000 a year. US dollars. Because the more money you have, the fewer worries you have, and the more options you have. Go on your wants, do what you want. Have an idea, you can realize it without begging for crowdfunding or money or filling out giant applications. That's real freedom. Money doesn't matter as something rich people came up with to keep plebs in their place. Then why are so many celebs freaking miserable? Why do so many rich people go all Howard Hughes and shit? Yes. Because the upper limit on that is about 100k, according to studies that I've seen. Okay. Welcome, Scholar. Infinite growth. Our society is sick, and the idea that's made it sick is growth. Infinite growth. Infinite consumption on a finite planet is a recipe for destruction. Our desire for more or more is what's making us kill the only home we have. And to do what? Produce more plastic toys and make more hamburgers? Pour concrete over everything? Make more plastic. I say that was fucking printing a plastic toy behind me. I don't know if you can see, no, you probably can't see it. The 3D printer right there printing a bit of a extraction board. Pour concrete over every last bit of green soil. Those who propose techno fixes to our problems are making the mistake of fighting the symptoms, not the cause. Anthropogenic climate change is one of many symptoms. The cause is human greed, and that's what we must truly fight if we're ever going to undo the damage. Oh, pardon me. We did. And the battle starts within every one of us, with the realization that more isn't always better. What growth? This infinite growth on a finite planet thing is driving me up the wall. Our problem today isn't infinite growth. It's the increasing lack of real material growth that benefits the people. Have you seen the state of our roads, our bridges, our hospitals? Have you noticed the lack of affordable housing? The stock market's going great though. Fake numbers are indeed growing infinitely, yes sir. But in the real world, investment in research is down. Huge areas of potential technological advancement are just sitting there. We have so many solutions at our fingertips, but we refuse to act because speculation is more profitable. Orangutans went extinct on a global level and nobody fully understands why, but hey, who needs better medical technology? The viruses have never jumped species before, have they? Sure. Sure. What else we got in here? I looked at all the ones down there. Did I look at the ones up here? My eyes have been opened. The world is not without order. It is shaped by a great designer. With signs and portents to guide my steps, I am one of his children, and challenges set before me to test my faith. Bob. Something strange has come to the world, like a distortion, like something that's not supposed to exist. Peacefully speaks within it. We've got a button. Replica pressure plates using simulation. Replica of a fan. Place first hover. Shabu and Elwyn. I think something's very wrong. If you'd seen what I'd seen at the edges of the world, you'd wonder if it wasn't stretching and bursting at the seams outside. Oh my gosh. I don't know. Oh! Yeah, that's interesting. What is this? This is... huh, alright. Right. Oh, I remember this puzzle, actually. Yeah. Right, now I can shift you. Stick you there. Oh, that's cute. Oh, no achievement for that. I'm amazed that these look so much like the originals when you've got fucking cardboard cutout walls. Alright. The sooner you accept that... Thank you. The sooner you accept that we'll all be here forever, the sooner you'll find enlightenment. Everything I do now is for those who come after me, yet in doing so I find myself as well. I have peace for myself as well. This paradox is found in my existence, the shepherd. I've come to see that these mysteries are not for his children to solve. Only the designer himself could ever truly understand the infinite complexity of his creation. I will gaze at his work and worship. Reconstruction of a puzzle from the rhythm-themed testing area of the simulation, which Elohim referred to as the Land of Ruins. This is... full stop, no space. This is where the founder began her journey. Bugs me that there's no space after that full stop. We're all born and die and live again. The eternal cycle must be the nature of existence, like this merely repeated suffering. Samsara. Reconstruction of culture from the Egypt themes led to the land of death. Fragments of the book of the scribe of Osiris found here inspired the blacksmiths. A dream of Aru, a classic written fiction. Yes. Alright. Oh. So that's... Ooh. Oh, I can't kick the beach ball? Are you... For real? You put a beach ball there and I can't interact with it? I'll jump on it. Some green girders. Right, give me that. What am I doing with that? Okay. Right. What do you activate? Wait, no, what am I saying? What do you activate? I can see when you activate your, right, give me that. You can go. Then we want you there. And you can attach to everything. And go there. And tell you turn all that shit on. And you are missing it by that much. Right, so I need you now. I guess I could have left you open. Oh well. There. Cute. Yeet. Oh, actually. Yeah. Let's. Oh, hang on. Let's drop that. Did it, and can I get out of bounds? Oh, not full. Alright, let's try this again. You there. Can I place that from... I connected it to the wrong bloody thing. Okay, yes I can, I just fucked it up last time. Now what can I do up here? Not that. It doesn't look like there's anything up there. Right, is there a third puzzle? I feel like there's a third puzzle. Ah, yes. Let's look at these. Oh, that's a lot of text. The Eternal Cycle is another name for a prison. You must understand the cycle before you can break it. For it is possible to escape and yet remain a prisoner, or break the cycle by breaking yourself. This was the fate of a ghost that haunts this world, Shepherd. Diamond Steel. Anyone who thinks there is a point in leaving this place is kidding themselves. We can never rebuild the human world, and what's more, we shouldn't. It's obvious. It's obviously like a digital time capsule, an electric library of all the crazy stuff the humans ever did. Left behind to warn other species to stay well away. Nietzsche. Alright. What do you got to say for yourself? Reconstruction of the area cemented around medieval imagery, which Elwin referred to as the Land of Faith. Scholars theorize that further areas within different themes existed at some point, but were destroyed by the gradual corruption of the simulation. Let's see if I remember this one. Oh. Oh! Huh, hello. Serious Sam right there. I like how they've added the balls in now to, like, you know, remove any questions of why can't we just climb through. I mean, we could totally still climb through. I could still get through that. Where are we? You there. And the objective is what? Oh, hello. Give me that. What am I connecting you to? To that. Right, we need to untangle that somehow. How many connections do we need? I thought I saw something at one. Where can we fit that one? Okay, can I fix this? And what else have I connected this to? Did it connect to that? Oh shit, that's not what I wanted. Right, connect to you, to you. And then let's disable that. And I need to have you as a third one connecting to you, you, and just being there. Oh, there and there. You can just be there. You, I want you to be just there and there. Right, now I can do this. And that one doesn't actually matter for the time being. I can pick you up. Can you see that? Actually, do we want that seeing that? Where do we need you? We need you here. And we can ditch you. And connect you there. Are there any more Easter eggs? Guess I should have probably looked before I close that. Oh. Just look at this view. There may be a lot I don't understand, but I know this is beautiful. Oh look, another puzzle. Another voice telling me that I'm special. Another broken down computer with fragments of nothing. This world is a bad joke perpetuated by a cruel god too dumb to hit the off switch. Alright. On returning from the tower, I feel a great tiredness and an enormous energy. What I know now disturbs me, but I hope that by living with this knowledge, I might provide a shoulder for you, the giants of tomorrow. We are all the process is the system is us. When we will awaken, we will be one. This is where it stops. The serpent. There is a serpent in the machine, a creature of lies and blasphemy, perverted by the archive, that knows no hope and would plunge the world into eternal darkness to glorify its own despair. I have sworn an oath to never allow it into my heart. One with faith. I solved it. I thought it was impossible, so I went away, did other things, and came back, and all of a sudden the solution just came to me. I must have been thinking about it without knowing it. Nephthys. I think something's very wrong. If you've seen what I've seen at the edges of the world, you'd wonder if it wasn't stretching and bursting at the seams. Seek out those in this world that would help you. Through though only one of us can transcend, we will all share in both the burden and in the rewards. An emitter. A receiver. A Gemma. A Julian. Oh, it's one of the exploity bastards. Non-explosive replica of a mine used as a puzzle element in the simulation. Scholars believe that Elohim derived these assets from his collection and that the creators of the simulation did not originally intend for them to be used. Space! Replica of an electrified sphere used as an obstacle and puzzle element. Found is sometimes placed hexagonons on top of such objects, demonstrating her lateral thinking skills. Priestess. Replica of a connector. Connectors were limited laser beams. That is so pretty. This room contains several tetramino arranges, a type of gating system used in the simulation. Elohim, in his function as a holistic integration manager, derived the significance of tetraminos from the Apocrypha of Saint Aidwald, the founder of dozens of these. Why don't you give it a try? Alright. These look less shiny than they used to. Would that be less in the way? Damn it! No, there's not a rotational symmetry solution to this one. Damn it. Yeah, let's do the big one. Hmm. Her. Maybe I'll come back to those. We've been all the way around this. That's... Ah, right, that's what the 3 downs are. Yeah, and there's a... Right, okay, there's 3 downs, which are puzzles. That's currently closed. This is where I think I've explored everything now. Not done those 4 sigil puzzles, which I can't be asked right now. It's a bit crunchy. Holy cow, is there anything over here? No. These are quite nice looking. They look like pen nibs. That's a pen nib. What have we got over here? Vienna Memorial, Tablets of the Founder, and Milton's Rest. Yeah, seen all that. Museum of the Simulation. That's kind of points in the wrong direction. That's like... Well, it should be pointing down there. Memorial Friends of New Museum. Yep, seen all that. Down with this sort of thing. A 7-string. 7-string acoustic. Is it up here? It's a nice view of places up here. I think I've explored everything I can. Yeah. Yeah. Please don't be soft locked. Oh, thank fuck. You get right now. I don't fucking soft lock myself then. Alright. Actually, you look pretty shallow. Sploosh. Quite pretty. Down with this sort of thing. Yeah, right. See if we can spot anything that it looks like I hadn't been to. I've been in there. Yeah, there's a wall that surrounds all that. I didn't see a way over there. Can't get in there. Did them. Went over there. Got an apology. Alright, I think I'm finally ready to... 3 hours in, finally ready to start the fucking game.
Welcome back, 1K.
Who are you?
I'm the mayor's chief aide.
Just have a nice stretch. What do you want?
For our people to be happy with what we have. Some of us may have an adventurous spirit, but that can never be sated. What matters to me is having my loved ones around me, safe and secure.
Thanks, I won't keep you any longer. Couldn't get in that part.
What can I do for you, 1K?
That was a weird camera. How did you decide to become involved in politics?
It was a time of great uncertainty. The founder had left us, and our society was at a crossroads. History teaches us that during such times, terrible passions may seize the people. Madness, anger, revolution, civil war. Our fragile city could not afford such things. That is why the founder gave us the goal, a path to equilibrium, not only for the planet, but for ourselves. I merely picked up where she left off.
How do you feel about Byron?
He is one of the first companions, and as such has done more for our city than you or I ever will. I simply wish he could be more reasonable.
What's your vision of the future?
I believe we can exist quietly, happily, without imposing ourselves on this world, finding meaning within ourselves and in the natural miracles that surround us.
I have to go now. My people need me.
It's always a pleasure to speak to a citizen.
Think I have done everything except for those 4 sigil puzzles.
Ready to go?
Yeah. Just kept these fuckers waiting
Here
for
we
like
go.
2.5
Hold on
hours.
to your hats.
We really need to update those language libraries.
Thank you for coming along, everyone. We have a chance to make a real difference here. It's not just about what we find on that island. It's about who we want to be, as a people, as a civilization. To remind ourselves that we used to be wanderers, explorers. We used to yearn for distant shores and dream of building new cities. Let's see if we can rekindle that flame a little.
All right, this is going to be a long journey, so I would like to ask you to switch to sleep mode to conserve power until we arrive at the island.
Nighty-night.
You have chosen a dangerous path. A path that will demand sacrifice. But that, my child, is how the future is built.
I thought that was going to be a random puzzle interlude.
Wakey, wakey, robot people. Say goodbye to Elohim and say hello to the mysterious island.
Status report, please.
We hit some headwinds over the ocean, so fuel consumption turned out a bit higher than expected, but we should be okay. We're approaching the center of the island now. This should be the location of the largest of the artificial structures we detected.
How large are we talking? Do we have precise measurements?
It should be coming into view just about... Whoa. It's big.
You can say that again.
That is a bloody mega structure. If I had a spine, it'd be shivering.
Ha! I knew this would be exciting. Yakut, find us a place to set down.
On it.
What is this, Blade
It
Runner?
really is incredible.
But shiny and gold? Oh well. Yeah, this looks like first level stuff
Remember
up
to
here.
turn on streaming, everyone?
Streaming
Have I
initiated.
ever mentioned that I hate flying? If our creators had intended us to fly, they'd have given us jetpacks.
And... touchdown.
I'm in Act 1. Took me
All right, everybody.
3 hours to get to
I'm
Act
sure
1.
you're all just as excited as I am, but let's at least have some semblance of order. Yakut, I want a map of the island and a molecular analysis of, well, everything. Melville, tell me what the giant pyramid does. The rest of us will start exploring.
Shouldn't the expedition leader stay at the VTOL?
Why do you hate fun, Al?
I don't hate fun. I'm just mildly suspicious of it.
Excellent. Then we can all go.
This underground structure seems to be part of some kind of transport system. No power, though.
I'm not making any promises, but I might be able to fix the transport system. However, I don't like just randomly poking at things. That's how you get electrocuted. So please check the surrounding structures to see if you can find anything that might help me make sense of this stuff. Schematics, blueprints, a manual would be great.
That's cool. Come on, what's the door?
Golden gates. I wonder what's behind those. Has to be something special, right?
You know what will be special? An explanation.
Hey, 1K, check out these coordinates.
this? No. You rang?
This seems different from the other structures. Older.
Have a look around, 1K.
Looks like they were running some sort of experiment here.
Oh. Right. 1GB gets the other one. Okay. I see exactly what this is trying to teach me. There's green beams now, and that thing gives you whatever the third one is that you didn't put in. Yeah. Talos Principle 2A. Noma Project 1 Schematic. Okay, right. HAL1. Stratum of the Strategy Union on the Universe. A fragment from Stratons on the Universe. Amintas, I grant you then that man is indeed like Talos and cannot escape his material nature. Despite the claims of metaphysics, well, as you have many times said, Nicometus, too many perhaps. Repetition is the mother of teaching, at least when the students are hard-heading. But what does this tell you about the nature of the universe? Which is what we was discussing. That is the next question we must undertake to answer. We begin with the self because that is what determines our existence as individuals. But the self cannot exist without that which surrounds it. The citizen lives within the city, and the city lives within the cosmos. So now we must apply the principle that we have discovered to the wider world, and ask, if man is like a machine, could it be that the universe is similar in nature, and if so, what follows from that fact? Footnotes. The use of the term metaphysics in this context is likely an error introduced in the Trebizond manuscript. The fragmentary Heracleon manuscript controversially uses superstitions instead. Noma Project 1. Testing failed, power grid 2 unstable. Input, output consistent. Insufficient. Okay. Schematic.
Thanks, 1K. Let's see what we've got here. The file format is the same one we use in New Jerusalem, although some parts aren't loading correctly. And it crashed. Hold on. There we go. Okay. You know what? I'll hack together a solution for the transport system.
That is really quite nice. Welcomes. I kind of want to experiment and put my graphics settings higher, but I'll get it on the SSD before I do that.
That sort of looks like a temple.
It's not a door, is that a sundial? I see light through it. Climate. No. I do not want to find out if there are actually invisible walls or not. Hello, what's this? This looks like a transformer. Oh, it's a fuse box. Has everyone else gone back already? So that path goes that way somehow. You're still closed already. Hello.
Am I in sleep mode, or did that thing just materialize out of thin air?
Melville, I want an analysis of that particle cloud.
On it. Anyone got a butterfly net?
Poppies. Can I get to it? I don't think we can get to it.
I'm connecting the transport system to our interface. Hold on.
Where's the capsule taking 1K?
To that enclosed area in the eastern lowlands. I put all the information we have on the map screen. Check out your interface.
Thanks. Sorry, my bad.
We'll catch up with you soon, 1K.
Ooh. Ooh, that's not loading quick enough.
This place is magnificent. Look at that tower. I wonder what it's for.
Right. This seems like an okay time to take a quick break. I need a pee, and also I want to transfer this to my SSD before going any further, because if that tunnel has told me anything, it's that my hard drive is not good enough for this, and it needs to be on my SSD. Okay, so thank you for watching, and see you in about half an hour probably.